All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. Okay, so I have a funny question for you. So, if you don't know about this bike, this is the Junker Road bike. It's a project bike that I just see. I just want to see how far I can take it for ridiculousness sake. People who know me, like everything I own is broken, breaking down, or about to break. Broken truck, breaking truck, completely broken trailer, completely broken SUV, boat in state of repair, brain nut job. Both that just needs a tune up. That one has a broken axle. Other than that, that one's going to be easy to get going. I'll probably sell that one, or maybe I'll cannibalize parts off of this and put it on that. That could be cool. But anyway, here's my question to you: would you do a two, like, once I get it going, like once you see it rolling, would you ever do a 200K run on this? I know some of you probably just spilt your coffee or lattes or whatever the hell you're going to drink, or beer or whatever. Yeah, would you ever do that? Okay, let's examine here. Okay, now this is the state it's in right now. It has one brake semi-functioning, but that's just a matter of a cable adjustment. Second back brake, I might be able to get away with a cable adjustment and just that adjustment. The brake pads are actually good. The wheels are good. I just got to get the alignment. My biggest issue with this rear wheel is my axle's not quite long enough. But once I get this wheel aligned off to the side, if it will hold, then I should be able, in theory, to keep this wheel from rubbing out on the frame. Otherwise, you can't pedal the thing. I just found that out. Chain, I'll oil it up at least. Get all the derailleurs and everything working. Once it's functional, would you do a 200K on this bike? Now, to give you an idea, how much does it weigh? Around the 40-pound mark for sure. It is heavy. It is very heavy. It must be a steel frame, judging by that. It could be chromoly, but it feels like a steel frame. I don't know what brand this is or whatever. But just I'm even going to keep these steel mud flaps on it. Steel. That's steel, guys. It's not plastic. It's not aluminium. It's steel. That thing's a tank. I know how I win a race with this? I just ram people. Yeah. I just ram them. Like, this thing's like a battering ram. It's awesome. Yeah, so would you do a 200K run on a bike like this? Tell me yes if you would, and no if you wouldn't, and the yes, why you would be crazy enough to do so, and no, why you wouldn't. So the regime of this is, once I get it fully functioning, or even partially functioning, I'm going to do a 10K run. Then I guess it'll be a 25K run to the neighboring town and back. It'll be, by the time I'm there and back, it's 11K out there, but puddle around out there, go to the bank, go to the chip stand, whatever, come back, be probably a 25K. So that'll take me about, well, when I was a kid, okay, on this bike here, which weighs probably be 45 pounds, that bike it's a very reliable bike. It takes about 45 minutes to get out to the neighboring town, 11K out, just because it's so slow, it's so heavy. On a road bike, it used to take me about 25 minutes, not going too hard. So even with something like this, like, these wheels are actually really good for their age and whatever. I have no idea how old they are, but they're straight. That's the big one. They're straight, and they're aluminium, and the treads are still pretty good on it. Like, this tire is really not that well worn down. It still even has that little strip there. So I lucked out on the tires again. People buy these like road bikes and stuff like that, and they go biking twice, and then that's it. So it's got good tires. I don't know how the tubes will hold up, but that's why I'm going to do test runs on it first. So when I'm doing that dreaded ride along, you're like, those of you who know, you know, these aren't rimless, or what you call it, tubeless. They're tubed. So yeah, we'll find out how good these rims are. Spokes are good. Wheels are true. So that's one thing. The big sketch parts on this, the brakes are going to be fine on it once I get it going, is just the integrity of the frame. 200K would probably take me 10 hours to do on this if I can keep an average speed of 25K. That would be basically 15 miles per hour for my American brothers and sisters. Yeah, so that would be definitely, if I could hold 30 with this, that would be amazing. I'm dealing with a 12 speed here, so I don't know. I definitely would do like a 10K and then go up to 50K, just to see what it do. Then if it really holds up, then I'll do the because I'd love to pull beside like an $8,000 or $20,000 road bike and just grin at the guy. You know what I mean? Just for the funny, just because it would be so funny. Like there is lots of aerodynamics on this, despite what you think. I mean, because this pushes the air right out of the way, and everything behind it, like, it's like a wind spoiler. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't get any wind. This catches it all. Does your bike do that? I don't think so. So this bike is completely aero. You know, it's got, like, if you were to compare it to a brick, this is gonna like smoke the brick. Well, I don't know. You could throw a brick pretty fast. So, okay, if it was a cinder block, this thing's going to smoke the cinder block. But then, if you had a catapult, you could fire the cinder block faster. Okay, if this was a sheet of plywood cemented onto the ground, this is going to smoke it. It's going to totally smoke it. Totally smoke it. All right, so yeah, I know what I got here. And if you guys want this, okay, I want $15,000. Don't lowball me. I know what I have. So anyway, I know what it's worth, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I got a little bit more work to do on it. The derailleur, everything functions. It's rusty and it's old. And you'd be surprised how well a rusty and old bike will hold up. Like that Super Cycle there, I bought that for $100 brand new from Canadian Tire. And the seat was 50. And it's the comfiest seat ever. I wanted a granny seat on there. And it's held up so good. The tires are, like, the tubes keep going flat every year, but I you know, whatever. I mean, I haven't put a cent into that bike. Oh, except for the horn or the bell. I got to put a bell on this one, I guess. Yeah, for more aerodynamics. But anyway, yeah. So would you do 200K on that? Yes or no? Why? Once it's functioning. I mean, follow the channel, and you know, I don't know when I'll get it all done. It'll probably be about midsummer by the time I'm all done. But I figured if I could just get it going before the summer, I could have a lot of laughs with this thing. And just, you know, you'd be surprised, you know, people will go out and spend a whole bunch of money on something and barely use it. And other people, they'll get something like this and they'll just run it right into the ground. And I can tell you this bike, when he threw it away, whenever that was, if it only got tossed away a couple of years ago, so it probably wasn't him, it was probably one of his family members cleaning out the garage. This bike probably has 1,000,000 miles on it. You know, knowing how much I'd always see the guy on it. So yeah, so that's pretty cool anyway, like to see something of nostalgic that has, like, you know, local folklore. Well, it's not even folklore, it's just like local, you know, hey, I remember that when I was a kid and it's still around. Like, I mean, all my bikes from when I was a kid are now gone. You know, I wish they were still around because I had two cool ones. I had one since I was like my first bike. It was around till a couple of years ago, and I guess it got tossed out or whatever. And it's too bad because, you know, just looking at it, you know, like the fond memories of it. So we'll see what kind of craziness we can get out of this. So 200K, yes or no? Put your answer down below. Can't wait to hear the funny comments. So anyway, have a great one, eh?